He's on his way.
There's a Supreme Court case that came out, short-term rentals against Lava Hot Springs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had a short-term rental ordinance on the books going back pre-state code, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And they argued that their statute, their city code was okay because they were limiting only one of the categories of short-term rentals within certain areas. But the Supreme Court disagreed,
Mm-hmm.
ruled it unconstitutional or against the state code, so.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't see those city cases come up very often.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. The fact that the realtors actually joined in the lawsuit against them. There was some property owners that were affected, and then there was also a realtor group.
Hmm.
Yeah. I can't remember.
It's interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. Tried to get my star card and started back in April trying to get my star card. Brought my birth certificate in, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't help you with this." And I'm like, "It's my birth certificate listed your name's not on it." And I'm like, "The only name, apparently the only legal name that I have right now, maybe,
Wow.
is just Earls."
Earls.
That's it, Earls.
Baby Earls.
I am not even
Not even
baby,
baby, just-
not even baby.
Just
Wow.
I am like Madonna right now. So,
Oh, my gosh.
so I went to get my passport instead, which I eventually got. It's easier to get your passport
Yeah.
because I can prove my existence. So I had to have my parents, my elderly parents, sign an affidavit and have it notarized, and we had to send that to, well, I submitted my DD 214, I submitted a bunch of legal documents with my name in it, the whole 9 yards. But right now, from what I understand, the state of Ohio won't change my birth certificate unless I go to court. And I think it has to be in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
I don't.
Really?
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I have my last divorce decree awarded my name back to me, and it says Gwendolyn Joyce Earls, and I'm going to take it with me when I go home and see if that would be acceptable, or if they need something newer than that, because that was 13 years ago.
Wow.
Isn't this the craziest thing?
That is crazy.
So I'm just Earls right now.
Right, you change
I
your
mean,
name on the phone.
my name is Earl. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is crazy. Anyway, been an interesting journey. And I just got my passport last week, got my passport card this week. Now I can actually go see my family.
Get on a plane,
Just to get on a daggone plane.
cross state lines.
I know, but this seems so weird. I
It
want you
is.
to know.
It is.
Gone through this, I'm sitting here going, oh, this does not feel right. anyway.
Right on time.
Dates to secede. Oh.
Recording started, guys.
All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. In attendance, we have Tracy Howard, Brian Gregory, Attorney Sweeten. Let's go ahead and stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all. Yeah. All right. So if you guys would review the agenda and then also take a look at the meeting minutes from the last meeting, and then we will need a motion for the meeting minutes.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Gregory.
I motion we accept meeting minutes from May 5th as written.
Commissioner Howard seconds. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. The meeting minutes are approved. And they are signed for you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and reopen or continue with the public hearing for the sign ordinance. So zoning administrator.
Okay, so the sign ordinance is the same one that I brought to you last time, just jazzed up a little bit by our legal counsel, put it into a better ordinance form. So we can go through it, or I can open it up for any questions you may have. The areas that were changed are strucken out and underlined for new verbiage, and the strikeouts are items that were removed.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Gregory.
Brian, on bench sign, section 912-10, prohibited signs,
Can you give me the page number?
K, page 8,
Okay?
just says reserved. Wondering what we're intending there.
So that means that if, instead of having to renumber everything from A through
Oh,
K or whatever, the old attorney trick is we reserve that particular subsection.
Okay.
preceding letter K.
Correct.
Thank you.
see on page 14 on the chart, I think the formatting of the strike-through got continued on with the subdivision sign. So that, I'll fix that. It should be, or you
Oh, I see what you,
Yeah.
yeah,
It should be underlined P for permitted.
yeah.
Those charts are tricky when you're trying to.
They are very tricky. I don't like to deal with them.
Yeah.
Any further questions I can answer for you?
And just so y'all know, this is a recommendation to the council. We're doing the accessory dwelling units separately, if anybody's gotten to that point.
Sure.
Commissioner Gregory?
Brian, I'm trying to understand, I'm looking for a definition of a projecting sign. What is a projecting sign?
Projects out from the side of a building?
That's all you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's on page 3. Projecting sign means any sign affixed to a building or wall in such a manner that its leading edge extends more than 12 inches beyond the surface of the building or wall.
Aha, didn't go back far enough. Thank you. Okay, and I know there was at one point talk about neon, and you do have some neon.
Looks like it's only permitted on commercial buildings.
Yeah, I saw that. P11 is what it says.
Correct.
So neon lighting may be permitted if contained within channel letters or raceways. Skeleton neon is not permitted. Do we have a definition for skeleton neon?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Is it basically just the tube running?
The tube running out there by itself.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume a skeleton would be, just
Yeah.
without him being in a channel. It's just free floating.
I'm thinking of something like, at one point, Roanne's wanted to do lines around their sign, lines of neon, or 3 lines of neon low or something like that. And I thought, is that considered skeleton then? If they could do Roanne in a neon. Does that make sense?
I'd have to look at it and see. I've seen,
Yeah.
Bob has, he's
I'm
had
just trying to
a new
understand.
sign
So do we need-
developed
I'm just trying to understand what we're
10
trying
years
to.
ago that's sitting in a shed right now.
Yeah, trying to understand what we're not allowing or what we are allowing is what I'm trying to.
So do we need a definition for that added? What skeleton neon would be? I mean, since we state it,
I think
we should probably define it.
not necessarily. Sometimes there's industry standard definitions,
Okay.
and we wouldn't define every term if there's just an industry standard. I mean, everybody knows what a wrench is. We won't have to say, oh, a wrench is blah, 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 because that's just industry standard. So
So we're implying that the neon sign people know what we mean by a skeleton.
or if somebody came to Brian and said, I want to, install a skeleton neon sign, you'd be able to look at them and say, okay, this is what a skeleton neon sign is.
I take it we're trying to avoid like someone taking a tube of neon and running it around the front of their building. That's not a sign, that's just a
That's just-
run of,
That's exactly,
That's
that's
just
just
a
a form
run
of
of neon.
lighting essentially is what it is, and that is listed under the lighting there, a sign with exposed neon tubes,
okay,
9/12/14.
not to there yet, but okay, okay.
All right. Any other questions for the zoning administrator? Well, we need a motion.
I need you to close the
Yep.
public hearing first.
Oh, yes, we do need to close
Oh,
public
go ahead.
hearing.
Sorry.
And I'd say just make a recommendation, no public presence.
Good point. All right, as a note, there is no public here to comment on this, so no need to open it up to the public. At this time, we will go ahead, are we ready to close the public hearing? Okay, at this time, we will go ahead and close the public hearing. And at this time, we are ready for motions for a recommendation to the city council.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Gregory.
I motion that we recommend to the Emmett City Council ordinance 02025 as written.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye, by the way. None opposed? It is recommended to go to the city council. Do we need to state specifically that that was the sign ordinance?
Yeah, I know which one.
Oh, wait,
The numbers are not complete.
you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So,
sign
yeah,
ordinance as written.
Sign ordinance. Is that okay with a second? Okay.
All right, at this time, we will open the continued hearing for the accessory dwelling units.
This is the same thing that you have seen. This is the third time we've brought this here. So it's the same document, just jazzed up to ordinance form from our attorney. And I'm open for any questions.
As with the other ordinance, we also have no public here for comment either. And this too will be a recommendation to the city council.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Gregory.
Brian, is this, I know in some subdivisions in the town, there's HOAs that talk about having outbuildings or whatever on their property. And whereas an HOA has no really effective governing authority, how does this ordinance supersede some of those things, or does it affect those
The
things?
HOA has control of their subdivision and what's built in there. This does not supersede that.
Well, that's true, but does an HOA have maybe this is a question for council, does an HOA have any sort of legal basis for not allowing this ordinance to operate inside their subdivision?
Yeah, so if a subdivision has CC&Rs, conditions, restrictions, and what's the other C?
Condition and restrict,
Covenants.
covenants. Conditions, covenants, and restrictions.
It's been a long day. Covenants, conditions, and restrictions on the land use, they oftentimes will have a design review or design standards that would encumber the whole subdivision and all the lots. So just because the city allows it doesn't mean that the CC&Rs would necessarily allow a homeowner to do this.
Just like we allow fences, but subdivisions can come in and say, well, we want them to be this color, like your subdivision is the color that's out there.
Yeah.
So that's
The
what they
reason I
have to
bring
be.
that up is because there was, in my subdivision, there was someone that wanted to put a solar panel up, and the HOA denied them. Don't know why.
That one you can't.
Yeah.
That's an alternative
Yeah.
energy source that I believe it's allowed through statute.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that there was clear guidance or unclear guidance or however it looks, so, yeah. Okay.
Any other questions for Brian?
Madam Chair,
Yeah, Commissioner Gregory.
I think no further questions at this time.
Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and close the hearing on this. And at this time, we will need a motion.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Gregory.
I motion that we recommend to the Emmett City Council the ordinance 02025 for ADUs, accessory dwelling units, as written.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None opposed. Then we will be recommending it to the city council. All right, at this time, is there any new business? What do we got on the agenda for July?
Who's going to be here for July?
I will most likely be out of state, but I can call in.
Okay.
And the meeting is scheduled for July 7th.
I know Gwen made the comment that she thinks Kim will be out of town.
I'm very positive about that.
Nothing on my calendar. I'll be here.
Got nothing.
Okay, all right, so worst case scenario, I call in.
Yeah. I will have a variance on the agenda and possibly another ordinance revision if we get to it or not. But I definitely will have a variance because I already took that application in and have it scheduled for July.
Okay, very good. All right, anything else? Let's see. Anything from anybody else that we need to bring up? You got
I have
nothing?
nothing.
All right, very cool. And then at this time, we will, I guess we need a motion to adjourn the meeting. And then we need a second? Oh,
Second?
all right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Any opposed? None? We will close the meeting. Happy day.
Thank you so much for coming.